If you believe the internet headline, the ruble supposedly surged to 72 against the US dollar, making a wartime nation look like a financial superpower. But here is the brutal reality check: it is an illusion. How can a country fighting a massive war for over 3 years pull this off? They didn't. The Russian central bank didn't save the ruble. They simply locked it in a cage. When a government bans its citizens from selling local currency, halts foreign cash withdrawals, and traps all corporate money inside its borders, the exchange rate ceases to be a market price. It becomes a political fiction. You cannot legally buy a dollar at 72 rubles on the open market. It is a state-mandated ghost rate. But has India played a massive hidden role in keeping Russia afloat? Absolutely. India didn't explicitly boost the ruble global value, but New Delhi threw Moscow a multi-billion-dollar economic lifeline. By aggressively buying heavily discounted Russian crude oil, India provided the Kremlin with a continuous flood of external revenue. However, India played this masterfully. New Delhi refused to pay in US dollars, choosing instead to settle trades using alternative mechanisms like the Indian rupee or the alternative non-Western platforms. This allowed Russia to completely bypass the Western SWIFT banking system. So, does this mean the death of the US dollar? Is this a sign of unstoppable de-dollarization? Slow down the hype train. De-dollarization is definitely happening. But it is a slow marathon, not an overnight sprint. Yes, nations like India and China are diversifying their foreign exchange reserves, quietly dumping US treasuries to accumulate massive gold stockpiles, but the dollar still commands nearly 60% of global foreign exchange reserves and dominates international trade. In fact, leaked economic data reveals that Russia is quietly desperate to re-enter the US dollar settlement system to relieve its internal economic exhaustion. The ruble's strength isn't a sign of a new global financial order. It is a sign of a wartime economy under hyper-controlled state life support. The dollar is not dead, and paper currency manipulation won't kill it. So follow for more such geopolitical updates and subscribe on YouTube.